G'day and welcome back to Stitch Up and episode 2 of Airport CEO New London International Airport. And how cool is this? This is all happening. So at the moment we have some general aviation fun happening at the airport. I was just having a look here because the airport needs $1,000 worth of repairs for their runway. Alright, cool. So a couple of things I let happen off camera. So we've completed all of the building. We're on speed 1 there, and we've got our 6 gates up and running now. So I also actually put the taxiway here, and I built these new gates right up against the taxiway. I didn't put the 3x3 buffer in, and so it wasn't it wasn't symmetrical, and it didn't like it. The downside is when we expand these, if these become 5 and 5, they will touch, and I would have been happy with one gap in the middle, so I literally need to move all that or all that. But I have a feeling that we will be getting rid of all this for expansion when we go commercial anyway. So at the moment you can expect sort of 6 stands there. You can expect about 4 of them to be operating at any one time, I think is about the mathematics we're looking at. The game's still lagging, which is interesting, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, there's a bit of money coming in over there. So if I go to here, I can see that the fuel service is unlocked. So products unlocked. So now can I buy that? Yeah, Avgas fuel service. Alright, so here we go. We're going to try and get the fuel service going, and I can't remember how to do it, and I don't know where I'm going to put it all, and it's going to be interesting. Okay, so if I go offered contracts, does it give me fuel? No. If I go to vehicles, can I drive any? No. Economy, accept the contracts, offer contracts, procurement. Product unlocked. Well, I want one of them actually. So if that's procurement, how do I now get into? So this is product unlocked. Where do I buy it? $50,000. Delivery times 2. So product unlocked. Can I order it? Why can't I order it now? Avgas. Oh, there you go. That's the product unlocked, and this is where I order it. So I can now get a Maverick or a Fjord. Is that right? Fuel service. Oh, that's to unlock it as a product, and these are to get it. So we're looking at Avgas, which is Avgas is what we have for general aviation. Okay, so I can get the Fjord or the Maverick. They both kind of look the same. 2,500, 1,500. I'm going to take this one. Avgas 100 litre. So why? What's different about it? 160, 80, top speed 80, horsepower, durability low, durability high. I'm tempted to get the nice one, but I'm going to just order 2. Oh, so we need 2 of these. Okay, cool. So for this one I need requirements: fuel service upgrade, road checkpoint, and a vehicle depot. Okay, so we need a vehicle depot. Let's think about where we're going to put some things. So here we go. There's that. Now where am I going to put all the fuel tanks and everything that I wanted them out of the way? So we're basically, this is the entrance to the airport here, and I thought we'd be much more down south. So I wonder if maybe I could put it all here. Yeah, it could work, couldn't it? Yeah, let me try and do all that. I've got a bit of room down here, and I can't cross the runway, but I might be able to get around there. Yeah, I wonder if I can. Let's see. Can we run this service road down there? So if I go here, road, and it is service road grass. 2. I might have to put the fence here. It's going to be right at the edge of the runway. Interesting. Do I want to put it all there or not? Or do I want it all to be tucked in here? Airside. Yeah, I think I do. Alright, let's put it all here. Yep. Okay, so we're going to make it here. So it's going to be a case of it's there, and then we're going to go. Okay, let's do it here. And let's go crossways. Alright, so now we need a vehicle depot, and I believe these vehicle depots you can now see into. Is that right? Okay, let's see. So vehicle depot, and it's going to be sort of there would work. In fact, if we got ourselves a nice little tucking it into there. No, but it might tuck into here nicely. Yeah. Actually, that would work, wouldn't it? Yeah. Let's do vehicle depot there. And now let's get a fuel depot. You see here, I need to go up here and have a look if I got operations. And have I got the fuel service? Avgas. Connected Avgas depot to enable, so we need a depot. Okay, let's see if we go here. So if I go to airside, and it's going to be fuel depot small and fuel depot large, 25,000, 8,000. I think we're going to want a large one. It comes with the fuel tanks already, so we'll put it there. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, fuel depot and vehicle depot. Okay, so that should be happening. After we do that, we might be able to get the trucks. So we'll just go to speed 3 just to get this rock and roll. 6 planes in there. Yeah, there they go. Workers deployed, running across, not runways, are they? Yeah, running across runways or going around runways. It's one thing I wish the simulation would do. They wouldn't run across the runway, they'd go around. And I think that would be helping people to work out where to put these guys, because then you'd have to put them deeper into where the airport is, which makes more sense. These guys shouldn't be sitting on the perimeter. They should be built, stuff should be dropped really central to where things are being built, and people shouldn't be running across runways. The plane's going to take off fast. Yeah, okay, so these guys are almost ready, so I think we can have a look here. Alright, let's have a look. 20 parking spaces. Now it's interesting because on the new, I've been looking on the Airport CEO websites, and in some sort of beta, it looks like that the vehicle depot is an open air one where you can see a car park and cars actually pulling in, and you'll be able to see what's actually in there. So that looks quite good. I'll be happy with that, rather than seeing it, clicking on having to see the vehicles in here. You can see it at all times, but it should be pretty good. Actually, let's just speed this up again, get this vehicle, the basic fuel depot put together. That looks like it's right, is it? They're still doing it? Yeah, just a bit of simulation happening there. That's pretty good. So that's all nice. Fuel depot, we need to request some fuel, but let's oh, here we go again with the fuel requesting. I remember previously playing this and there was like, why isn't the fuel coming? Expect a bit of that this episode, people. Now I'm just wondering whether or not we let some contractors go, because we won't be building. So let's do that actually. Let's go to here and let's go contractors, and we're going to dismiss is it control, because you can go up by 10. So we got 61 contractors, so let's dismiss 40 of them. Dismiss 40 contractors, leaving us with 21, 40 in reserve. So keep the cost down, and just for aesthetics, let's repair this runway yet again. But that will be auto repaired at some points. One's coming in, one's coming out. Now it's interesting. Right, so what's happening here is planes here cannot go back because of that, but planes here can cut in through that way, and that's not what I wanted. So let's fix that by making it so that planes can't come in this way. They must turn. So if I go here, select one way, and it's going to be the other way. Sorry, one way this way. Yeah, no entry. Okay, cool. So they can't come this way, so they must come here and then down through there. So this plane would have had to always do that and into there. That means that this big roundabout would never be planes blocking each other. So that's pretty good. All right, let's see if we can now request that truck. Economy, procurement, and see if we can get the truck. And we want to order 2 of, and see if we can order them. Yeah, there we go. So we've got enough there, and we've ordered 2 of those trucks, so that's pretty good. Must remember we've only got 2 of those, and we'll order more if we need to. Let me just see if we can turn on aviation now. So if we go to operations and we turn on the Avgas. No, because we need a filled up fuel depot with 100 litres of fuel to enable the Avgas 100 litre refueling service. So what we do now is we should be able to go and request fuel. So can I do that? Sign contract? Yep. Nature Fuel and Brackley. Is the Brackley the construction group? Nature Fuel's what we want. They do some Avgas, so we'll sign there. So that's good. That's been done, and now what we can do here is we can go here and we want to request fuel, please. So it's going to be request extra fuel, and I don't know if that just did it, but let's see. Having a look at the fuel request, and we should see a white fuel truck just come in at some point out of the tunnel and into the airport. And that is a fuel truck. Just unpause the game there. So I believe this truck leaving here is a construction or contractor, and that these are 2 fuel trucks. So we'll have a look at these. Interesting simulations. They still seem to slide out a little bit and not go around the corners too well, but I think that's something that the game developers will work on. Let's follow these 2 trucks in. They should head to the vehicle checkpoint. Yeah, they're definitely fuel trucks. They have that 3 sort of dots on the roofs. It's interesting. So 100 litres, 2 of them are obviously coming in. Email receipt for fuel truck Avgas, 100 litres. So that's pretty cool. Let's see how much that fills up these guys. There's a tank there, and we'll see if it's full, if it gets full. Ooh, what's happened there? I don't know why. I don't know why they're bugging out. Why are they orange? That's weird. Might have to put a cut in and save down, and let's see. Let's just watch these fuel trucks do their thing though, because this is quite exciting. Our first fuel delivery. What isn't working very well here is this being one out from the road. Yeah, there's a bit of an issue there with where the depot is, so we might have to move the vehicle depot. I think I've put it up too far away from the road. I should have had it right on the road, but that's filling that up. Whoops. Interesting how 2 trucks can now pull in at the same time. That's pretty cool, and we'll see what's happening here. So 45%, 100,000 litres. And that's pretty good. So 2 trucks have half filled it, so we can request more fuel actually, and just see if that, yeah, we may as well actually, let's do that. Let's request another one there. So hopefully now we'll get another 2 trucks and that'll fill it up. Let's test that out. So contractor offload sites, they're taking away the extra 40 contractors that we arranged for, and here come the next 2 fuel trucks to fill that one up. So that's all pretty good. I'm just going to put a small cut in to see if we can get rid of this. Back in a sec. And we're back online, and unpause the game again, and yeah, these stands are now doing pretty well, and it doesn't seem like we have too much of a lagging problem. So those 2 fuel trucks have left, and these they're leaving, and there they are there, and then a new fuel truck, so one here, a new fuel truck is pulling in. Interesting how for some reason these trucks won't leave until that does, so it's holding up a bit of a traffic jam there, and we should have another fuel truck coming, I'm sure of it. Well, maybe that's going to take it to 75%, and I need to get one more, so it's interesting. Yeah, we'll see what happens. What's also happened, I've noticed, is these guys have just delivered here, so that's pretty good. I am going to have to move this though, so let me just go here and see if we can't delete it. Yep, that's now deleting, and let's go to fuel depot. What is it? Vehicle depots, and these trucks are now filling up, I've noticed. But if we put this, so that wants to go in like that. I don't know why it's being weird. Let's put it there. See if this one gets deleted okay. I don't know why that corner was being a bit iffy. So this one's now filling up. Let's see if we can request one more then. So that should be... Why's that one leaving? Why is he leaving? He's tried to deliver, but these two are filling up, so he hasn't waited. Where's he going? Where's he going? That's roadside. That's airside, actually. He's turning around. Okay, now we'll see what happens here, because I think we may actually be off and running here. These guys could be heading straight out to refuel these aircraft, and that'll be a nice little interesting little take on it. There he goes, he's now pulling in. We should have another fuel truck coming as well, because I just ordered one. There he is. And these guys have cleared off, so that's all pretty good. The simulation's all pretty good there. They crossing the taxiway. You know, for the moment we're looking at taxiways that are concrete, grass, and roads that are grass. So it's this is a very country airport. Vehicle depots being knocked down. Let's see if these guys are refueled. One must have just done his thing. We took our eye off the ball there. See, maybe he's going to refuel this one here, so he should pull in. No? Let's see what he does. Quite often they'll refuel a truck, an airplane, and do another one before they then go back and have to refuel themselves. But let's just see how that goes, because we will get a bit of extra money there if we can be refueling these. In fact, I believe we can run a financially sustainable airport if we actually have, I think 6 gates here. We might be right. Let's see, where's he going to go? This turnabout is working, obviously. The whole system seems to be working nicely. And let's see where he pulls in. Come on. You going to pull in? No. Well, so far they're just driving around the airfield. They're not really doing anything that I've seen. Let's see. He looks like he's about to pull in. Okay, so let me just check this. Is he going to pull in there? No. Alright, let's just have a look. I think something's not quite right with airport refueling. Let's have a look at it. Operations. Avgas refueling. Enabled. There we go. So they're just driving around until I enabled it. And now I've enabled it. These should literally head in and refuel one of these planes immediately. Wouldn't mind seeing the interaction between the fuel truck here and the plane and taxiway and the service road bisecting each other, and see which gets a bit of, or which one gets, well, should I say, priority. Oh, he's turned around. He's turned around. Interesting that he waits. What if he pulls in here and waits? No, he keeps going across. So has he got fuel in him? He's got 100% of his fuel. Can we make him, let's make him red. And this one, let's make him sort of some sort of blue. We do that. Okay, so we've got a red truck and a blue truck, and so we'll just see what happens there. I think that kind of works. It's a deep red though, isn't it? At least we can see what's happening. Let's change this colour. Let's lighten him up a little bit. That's better. And there he goes. Blue truck is still... What's blue truck doing? Now that we've actually set up the Avgas, lights have just come on. Red truck is heading in there. 6 planes. So 6 planes is interesting. I suppose what we could do is we could look at getting a few more gates. And then we seem to have gotten all that under control for this episode. So I think we'll now start planning out the actual airport, and what we're going to do. This is going to be a big operation. Did he pull in? No, he didn't. Fuel 29%. So some of these planes need fuel, 15%. They would take fuel, but why are they not getting any from them so far? Because these guys are literally just running around. He's 100% full. I wonder if maybe we need to wait for, now that we need to wait a bit. Let's just see. I wonder if now we've got that set in and we need to wait for the next plane to come down. That's all. So it could be a case that I turned on Avgas refueling and then these planes were all here before Avgas refueling was enabled. So these planes would have to take off, and the next planes that come in, and we'll keep an eye on that. The next planes to come in should then be able to get the refueling. So just going to try something here on this operations tab. Fast forward to the next day. Fast forwarding to 4 a.m. So it's going. Where is it? Fast forwarding. Where is the time though? Where is that? 4 a.m. Yeah. Okay, so it's now 4 a.m. So if we go here, so I think that was a one-click fast forwarding. Let's wait for the. If I go to flight schedule there as well, I'm just wondering what time planes can take off from. I think from 6 a.m. Let's see here. We'll find out. Stop rotating the airport as well, please. There we go. That looks familiar. So yeah, we're waiting for the sun to come up. It's now 5:20. The sun will start rising shortly. These planes will start to taxi shortly, and then we'll see a plane come down. We don't have the next plane. There we go. So I might just go to speed 1 now, and we can see that all these 6 planes are now going to start to take off, and then we should get our very next. So he's there. So this is how I like to see the airport running, multiple planes, everyone obeying the instructions that I've set up for where they can taxi and who has right of way. I think that all works quite well. So these 4 planes will now take off. First one goes. I wonder if we'll get a landing. Nope. Plane number 2 is now going to take off. I still don't have any landing at the moment, do I? Not yet, no. Let's see, here we go. Plane number 5 is now moving out as well, which is interesting. Yep, we now have a plane coming in, so that's great. And look at that, he waits for him to land. He should pull out onto the runway. So the simulation on the planes is really good. Really, really nice. We got another one landing? No. Once he gets off the runway, this plane should now move on. Yep. And the 6th plane is also going to leave, so he'll turn left here, this guy. It's interesting, we're waiting for him to get to a stand. When he gets to a stand, we should see some activity at the depot station. And these other planes are taking off. Just waiting, yeah, he's pulling into stand. Let's say stand 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's pulling in. And he pulls in, and now let's see if we've got anything happening here at the fuel depot, at the car depot. We don't. Ooh, a truck is now pulling out, so that's interesting. That seems to work. He's got his lights on as well. Now, I don't think he had flashing lights earlier, so I wonder, because he's got flashing lights, he's going to refuel that plane. I think that's going to work. In the meantime, what I'll do, we're just building those, but just to keep things going, I'm just going to put in 2 more aircraft stands down here, and I think we can fit them in here. Let's have a look at the fitting. So we want a gap of 1, is it? So there's touching, there's a gap of 1, and it's going to be there, so I'd have to demolish some of the road first. So it's 5 of the road, yeah. Interesting. And let's just see then Yeah, there we go. So this guy is now in there, and I think we're about to start refueling. He's moving in, and now I think he's about to refuel. So I don't know what we're going to get for that, but let's go and see our economy tab and see what we just got here. Fuel sales. So we just made 1,000 from that. Parking fees, landing fees 400. But if you look at the fuel, so 50 all up, 800 for the landing, and then but we're looking at another 1,000. So we're doubling it just by putting in that fuel. So I think that's nice. That is actually really good. If you look at operation, fuel trucks, because they had those 250 to run it, and we've got 2 of them. We'll have a look too if we're going to have 8 stands. We'll see if the amount of trucks is suitable. Blue truck is now going out. He doesn't have his flashing lights on. I did like the flashing lights. I don't know what it was doing, but yeah, let's see. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and brilliant. There we go. So that's a nice successful general aviation airport so far. I'm going to take out 5 of these. Yeah, and I'm going to take out 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 there. That's too many. So I need to take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just take out that amount as well. I think we've taken 6 out there, but we'll see. And let's see them come in. Rightio. I think the fuel truck should be doing pretty well. Hopefully they don't have to go back to the depot every time. But yeah, I think they're sort of... Okay, we'll just go to speed 2 and we'll get in a aircraft stand, and we'll see if we can get that and in there now. So if we go here, airside, yep, that's exactly where we need it. A gap of 1. Is it? Yeah, and then if we go... I think it's there. Yeah, I think that's correct. Now all we need to do is go speed 1 for the moment, and we'll go service road, and it's going to be small. So sorry, small. It's going to be grass service roads here, so that should fix that. In fact, for speed 3, just to catch up on that. Now if we go to taxiway, we want grass taxiway, please. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, there. We'll have to put the nodes in as soon as it's ready. So let's have a look. The builder shouldn't have anything to do but do that. And let's see how this all goes. The fuel trucks at the moment have to take the other route back, so they just can't be using the top section. That's pretty good that they can continue on. I suppose they didn't put any traffic restrictions on that, so that all works out pretty well. So I think this airport is coming along. At the end of episode 2, we have a functional airport. We've expanded from 6 to 8 gates, and we've confirmed that the general aviation Avgas supply is working perfectly with a red truck and a blue truck. In the 3rd episode, I think what we'll do is we'll start to move on and look at laying foundation for the terminal and looking for some very basic terminal structure. I also want to start thinking about the bus drop-off and subway drop-off and all that sort of stuff. So we'll start to think about all these other aspects and planning it out, and just not rushing the airport, but just kind of making it all come together nicely. So that's going to be good. Yeah, let's just do these nodes. Where are you going? There you go. Here we are, nodes, thank you. And if we can just go speed 1, we'll now go accept GA and open, and we'll go accept GA and then open. You must remember to put in a to start researching other things as well. In fact, just before we end the episode, let's jump in and see. So they should be ready. Let's jump in and see what What else we can research? So if I go economy, procurement, and so we've got the Avgas truck. Fuel service is done. Maverick fuel truck, belt loader, service car. I don't think we need any of these so far, but I think what we'll do is we'll get the fuel truck, because we want to get the fuel supply going for the other airport. We don't have a CIO. Stair truck, shuttle bus. I don't think we need anything at the moment. Yeah, I think we just leave this. Let's leave this for the moment. Got everything enabled there, so that's fine. No, I think we're just going to leave the research tab alone. And let's see, is anyone using these newsstands 4 and 5? And let's see if that's the case. Okay. Everyone seems to be getting refueled pretty quickly, so we've got 8 stands and 2 trucks, so that's pretty good. Plane coming in here. Let's see if he goes to the new section. And of course we're going to be running. I do like the idea that people will come into the airport and they get to see the operations, and that will be great. So it's all pretty good. Still no one using newsstands 4 and 5. But let's see. It could be a spawning issue or spawning effects. There we go. Newsstand 4 being used perfectly. So that's good. Okay, cool. So we'll see how many planes we can get in overnight. I mean, this truck's actually going back to the depot, so he doesn't have anything to refuel. This one's heading out. And he's got a fair bit of fuel on him. Yeah, he's 88% full. These guys have 100% in reserve, so I think we're in very good nick at the moment. I'm going to bring up this and just see fuel sales is what's keeping us going at the moment. An hour, we're losing some money. Yeah, I think we need to get some commercial gates in. And we'll look at that in the next episode, laying out how we're going to lay out the airport and thinking about where the first terminal is going to be. It's interesting because I have built this quite spacious, and I need to think about where the planes are going to go for the next parts. So it's going to be interesting. Maybe a U shape could be good. Just thinking about how I want to lay this out. Yeah, it might be good to give this some thought now. So I suppose if cars come in here, Just thinking about this, giving it some thought. Okay, well anyway, this is episode 2 of Airport CEO. Hope you enjoyed that one. Please leave a comment, a like and subscribe, and I do look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Cheers.